Good evening. We, 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 we. God richly bless you for being present or being online this evening. You were told that you were going to receive something on retirement from me this evening, preparing for retirement. When they gave me the topic, I was a bit surprised because I'm not expecting the youth to be thinking about retirement by this time. But then I considered it as a very good thing. It means that whatever you need now is settled. And now you want to plan towards retirement. I know it is going to take most of you many years before that time comes. For those who are in their 20s, it means that you have 30-something number of years before you begin to think about retirement. But it is good to think about it. It is good when you enter to begin to think about your exit. There's an entry point in this world, and there's an entry point to the world of work. And when it comes to this world, you know you are not going to be here forever. And when it comes to work, you also know you can't be in a company forever. So when you enter, you also have to begin to think about your exit, the time you'll be leaving. So I'm saying it's good to think about your retirement at this time. Now, what is retirement? Retirement has been defined as the fact of, or the act of leaving one's job and ceasing to work. You leave your job and you cease to work. Then you'll be considered as somebody who has retired. We also have the situation we refer to as semi-retirement. That is when somebody reduces his work hours, assuming that you work for 8 hours, and then something happens and you decide to work for 4 hours. We refer to that as semi-retirement. But we don't have that case a lot in Ghana. What most of us know is working for some time and bidding farewell to your colleagues in the work environment because you have reached what we refer to as a retirement age. Now in Ghana, people retire normally at the age of 60. But if you are working in a mining environment, for example, an area where work is tedious and risky, the normal retirement age there is 55. But the normal retirement age for all in Ghana is 60. We call that compulsory retirement. So if you are working and you reach the age of 60, you are expected to exit compulsorily. What it means is that you will not have the chance to extend it. If it is a company or an institution that allows you to extend, then it means that they will let you retire first and they give you a contract. So it is the contract that will engage you to continue to work with them. But then at the age of 60, you are expected to retire compulsorily. Now, we also have what we refer to as voluntary retirement. And in Ghana, voluntary retirement is at the age of 55. 55. So when you reach the age of 55, you can retire voluntarily. That is, if you feel you are tired, and if you feel that you have all the things you need, and if you feel that you are already prepared for retirement, then you can retire at the age of 55, what we refer to as the voluntary retirement. Retirement is not an easy thing. One will have to prepare to retire. And when one is retiring, one should be sure that as long as he lives, he has something to depend on. When you are in formal employment, or even in the informal employment, you always have your source of income. Something comes at the end of every month if you are in formal employment. And so that is able to sustain you and sustain your dependents. But then when you retire, you should be able to let all know that you have something you are going to depend on when you leave the formal work environment. So that is what we refer to as your preparation. You should prepare so that when you reach the age of 60, what we refer to as the compulsory retirement age, you should be able to survive. What it means is that if you are going to live for 90 years after that, you should have planned for the 30 years and should be able to survive the 30 years ahead of you. If you're able to do that, then we would say you're prepared well. You're prepared for your retirement well. And so what are the things somebody should consider when he's reaching that age? Should the person wait till he's getting to 60 before he prepares? If the person does that, then we would all say he's not taking a wise decision. It is good to start preparing for your retirement very early. That is why I'm saying that it is good you are thinking about it now. The very time you join formal employment, or the very time you begin to work for yourself, that is the very time you should begin to think about your retirement. And I've told you what is involved. You should be able to survive after your formal retirement. And if you are able to survive, then it means that you planned well. Some retire, and unfortunately, they become dependents. Some retire, and unfortunately, they become beggars. They begin to beg, formally, informally. If it happens like that, then we say the person did not prepare. Some retire, and they have no place to live. Sometimes they will have to be ejected from the places they were living, which were given them by their employers. They have to be forced out. If it happens like that, then it means that the person did not prepare. So one should be able to prepare very well for his retirement. And I am saying it begins from the day you enter formal employment. So if you have not started planning, I would say start planning. Begin to plan for your retirement. And I'm saying when you retire, you should be able to survive. That means that you should have constant stream of money something you can depend on. And you should not be a beggar after your retirement. And you should not be disturbing people after your retirement. You should have a constant stream of funds or a source of support, something you prepared for. In Ghana, the government helps us to retire. And we have Social Security National Insurance Trust as the agency set up by government that should help people in the formal and just recently the non-formal environment to retire honorably. And so people are allowed to register with SNET from the age of 15 up to 45. And so if you are now 15 and you are not 45, you are eligible to register with SNET. And what it entails is that there will be a deduction from your salary of 5.5% of whatever you are earning. And that one will be set aside and will be invested for your retirement. And so the first thing I'll talk about is the formal retirement. If you are in formal employment, then it means that you have started paying SNET. Please keep to it and make sure whatever company you are working with, make sure that whatever deductions they are making, they send them to SNET. There are some companies that will deduct your monies but will not send them. But you are the one who will be retiring at that time. If they do, and there are gaps in your contribution, you will suffer. And so make sure, at the end of every year, make sure that the deductions made were sent. You can go to SNET regularly to ask for your statement. And when they give you your statement, if your company is not paying, you will see from your statement. So that is what is involved straight away. If they deduct, you must be sure they are investing whatever they have deducted. You are expected, if you are going to enjoy retirement benefit from SNET, you should have contributed for not less than 180 months. 180 months. 180. Beyond 180. So please note, and you should be calculating, the higher the better. It is calculated that way. So the higher you contribute, the better for you. It means that you get a better package when you contribute far more than the basic, what we are talking about. So if you are even in the informal environment, you are not working for any formal company, but you are working for yourself, make sure you register with SNET. It will be good for you. That will be the basic thing that will help you in your retirement. So please do that. In addition to SNET benefits, you can also on your own have a personal investment for your retirement. Please be careful where you invest your money. Don't just run to places where they quote unreasonable rates. Those places you will eventually suffer. Go to credible financial institutions. Credible institutions who will keep your money and keep them well. So please, go to such places. Be very sure that where you are going, they are credible and they will not misuse your investment. Because this is very important. You are investing for your retirement. So make sure you put money where it will be kept well for you. Now, the next thing is that in your retirement, you should have a place to live. You must have a place to live. And so please, very early in your life, begin to think about where you are going to live. If at this stage you want to buy a land at East Legon, at your level, you cannot afford it. But then there are cheaper lands as you move away from East Legon. Hello. When I broke off, I was talking about getting a place to live permanently at the end of your retirement. That was what I was talking about. And I mentioned that it is good to prepare now. And you can get a land cheaply that is far away from where you are living now. If you want to buy a land here at Medina or East Legon, that will be too expensive for you. But if you move away from this radius, the further you go, the cheaper the lands become. And whatever land you buy now, if you calculate, you will go and occupy it, let's say, at the end of the next 20 years. By the time you go there, the place would have opened up. And so don't worry if it is far away, that will be cheaper, your level. And then you can acquire it and work on it gradually. You are not in a race with anybody. And so there's no need for you to be corrupt, trying to let it appear like you are in competition with somebody. So you begin to steal money, you begin to take bribes, you begin to do whatever that is untoward in order to get money to build. Please don't do that. You are a Christian. Maintain your testimony. So you are not in competition with anybody. The only thing is that make sure that at the end of every month, you put down something small. At the end of a year or 2 years, you realize that it is something, and you can start the foundation or something little at a time. But you get there. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. So you can do it. If by God's grace at the time of your retirement, you have finished your retirement home, that's good. If you build early, you can even live in it before you retire. And that will be excellent. And so begin to think. Please, this is not the time to waste money. This is not the time to waste money. This is the time to begin to plan. Now, after having a place to live, you have dependents. In our retirement, we have dependents around us. Your dependents in your retirement will be either people who are already on their own, or they will be people who may not be on their own, therefore will be a burden to you. It is good in your retirement to retire, and those who depend on you may have been somewhere in their progress in life. What do I mean? I mean that if you know you are going to marry and bring children into this world, the earlier you do it, the better. If you wait and marry at the age of 48, and in Ghana, compulsory retirement is 60, by the time you retire, your child is 12, your oldest child or something, 12. Assuming you have 3 children, the next one will be 8, the next one 6 or something. And you have such children to look after at your age 60. You have disturbed yourself. You'll be able to look after them, but then the time will not be auspicious. The time will not be appropriate. In your retirement, you are not getting a constant stream of good money to look after them and to look after them very well. So the Bible says there's a time for everything under the sun. Please always calculate your age and the age we retire. So if you are 35 now and you are very happy that you are not married, and you are very happy people are calling you the oldest single, and you are very happy, and you are a man, and you know you can dictate and you can marry, don't be happy. That means that when you marry, even now, by the time you marry, your oldest child will be around 25 or something. So please, there's a time for everything, the Bible says. If you know truly you are going to bring children into this world, then begin to pray and talk to God about it. There's a time for everything. So that by the time you retire, your children will have come out of university or something. The Bible says it is good for the youth to bear the yoke. It is good for people to bear the yoke in their youth. Yes, sir, we usana adia ye drew no swanentem. Bibi adene den a wo beswa. Memfe ni agro swanentem. Amatamu swa. Na waswa ne dadada. Uye peni a wa ho den ko no. Na adwuma emu odu no waswa ye wie. And so I'm advising that in your retirement, it is not good to be carrying things you should have done long ago. So if at that age, you would have finished looking after them, basic education, up to first degree, you would have done well. You would have done well. I'm not forcing anything down anybody's throat, but I'm telling you that the Bible says in Ecclesiastes, there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. Now, if you are a lady, you are a man, and you are marrying, in retirement, God willing, you will be there with your spouses. When we are marrying, the first marriage, what God depended on was that Eve will be Adam's helper. Adam's helper. So when you are marrying, this is the word that you intermediate. Helper. You, the lady, are you marrying somebody who will be your helper? You, the gentleman, are you marrying somebody who will be your helper? The person should be able to help you. Help you in everything, your spiritual life, your physical life, your retiring life, everything. Will the person be a helper? We just don't marry because of beauty or handsomeness. We marry based on whether the person will be a helper. So please watch it. There are some people who are liabilities forever. It can be the man. Benina, there's on your boafo. A walna de biaru trunkwechi. BBM or ya quadrifo. On Piedjuma, obi demi, or bebrewa si debia. Or Besiana, or ya quadrifo. On Piedjuma. One could see neighbor Yejuma debia no. The Bible said, if she be a helper, I will create a helper for Adam. And so when we are married, one word that she intermediate is, am I marrying a helper? Or am I marrying a lazy person? Go for a helper. So that even in your retirement, you will not suffer too much. You will not suffer too much. Again, you know, in life, it pays to be a hard worker. If you are a hard worker, you don't suffer too much in your retirement. A hard worker is not lazy, basically. And so he can always create something that can help the home. If the person has land around where they live. The person can turn it into a vegetable farm or a fruit farm or commercial tree farms, or anything. The person is hardworking. So the basic things they will be getting just near their home. Onipa ne pie dwuma. And so what's if you on that? And then orodo, or children or ye, oh yeah, and see, and maybe or one face canto. Wa retards, but or pie dwuma. So boy in the Germany be or and the adzwa garden as cocoa yam. Kotombire, damin demina, when you one fee. And ye be and what is sikato. Obia oi pie dwuma no ne retirement mumpo na da menzemeni nyina oye na exercise odi exercise odi abrade. He's planting plantain, and they will be harvesting plantain even in his retirement, and that will be a plus for the home, I know somebody who was a chartered accountant and a financial controller in a company. The person has retired now. He retired about 3-4 years ago. And now when you go home, not that he needs money, but in order to stay fit, he's always in the garden around the house. And it is plantain, it is cocoyam, it is this. And they are always getting things from the farm, harvesting plantain and doing that. He is gaining strength. Number 2, they are also getting something for the home. So it's good to marry a hard worker. Somebody who is hard working, not only the man, but the woman. Honestly, you be being in your retirement, you are doing gardening. The person has also opened a shop or something and doing petty trading, and you are bringing something home, she is also bringing something home. It's a good preparation in your retirement. You don't just wait for SNIT every month, because you are also doing something to augment the family income. So please, in marrying, if you have not married yet, marry a hard worker. And if you are married, and you are a man, be a hard worker. You are a woman, be a hard worker. Don't be lazy. So that in your retirement, say they be when you are juma, when you do that. I am ending now. I will allow you to do that. I have not spoken about your spiritual life and the rest, your preparation, your spiritual life. Let me tell all of you, it is your spiritual life that sustains you in your old age. As you grow, we have a lot of problems, especially medical problems. That is when you begin to have some medical problems, and it is your faith that sustains you. In the midst of all those problems, it is God who continues to keep you alive and healthy. So please, you must also prepare spiritually for your old age, so that in the midst of all the difficulties, you'll be able to survive. So now, build on your faith. Read the word, pray, Christian fellowship, all those things. Never cease doing them. These are the things that you will refer to as the foundations. You are solidifying your foundation. And when you need it, you can fall on it, especially in your old age. So your spiritual preparation for your retirement is also very important. Please, God richly bless you. I would like to end here and wait for your questions. God bless you.